Boatswain! Boatswain! Here, master, what cheer? Speak with the mariners. Bestir, bestir. Fall to it, Yarly, or we'll run ourselves aground. Cheerly, my hearts, tend to the sound of the master's whistle. Yar, yar, blow till thou burst, your not blows far. Taking the topsail.
Boatswain, where's the master?
I pray you, keep below, the cause of disaster. Keep to your cabins, you do assist the storm.
Nay, good madam, be patient.
You mar our form?
Yet remember whom thou hast aboard?
None I love more than myself, rest assured. What cares these elements for the name of a king? If you can command them, let your voice ring. If not, go below and make yourselves ready. Cheerly good hearts, yar, hold her steady.
A great comfort for this fellow. Look you on her. Methinks she hath no drowning back upon her.
Lost, too bad.
Prayers all lost. Must our mouths be cold in this tempest tossed? Mercy on us! We split! We split!
Farewell, my brother, this is it.
We split!
We split!
We split! Farewell!
Let's still sing with the king's fast, Shauna.
Oh, swell. Thy wills be done above the sky, but I would fain thy head up its stride.
If by your art, dearest mother, you have set the wild waters in this roar, allay them. For as yet I have suffered with those I saw suffer on the water. A brave vessel wrecked, some noble creatures slaughtered. Oh, the cry did knock against my heart. Poor souls, they perished, the good ship torn apart.
Be collected. Tell your heart there's no harm done. I've done nothing but in care of thee, my own dear one. My daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of thy mother, nor how our tale did start.
You oft begun to tell me of what I am, but then stop short.
'Tis time I should inform thee further in this report. Lend my hand, pluck my magic garment from my back. Lie there, my art. Have comfort, for the wreck which even now hath touched compassion in your heart was so safely ordered by provision in mine art, that not so much as a hair on any head was lost by man or beast. No soul aboard is dead. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this isle? I think thou can't. Thou was but 2 years old.
Surely I can, though it's been a long, long while. Had I not 5 women to attend me withal?
Thou hadst, and more. What else do you recall? For it has been 12 years since thy mother was Duchess of Milan, a lady of power.
Man, are you not my mother?
The very same, who long ago was wife to him who ruled Milan most liberally. Thou art our child, the only heir to Milan, and a princess, fair and mild.
What foul play had we that we came from thence?
Upon thy father's death, authority was conferred to me. Antonia, my sister, 'twas she who sent us hence, whom next to thyself I loved best of all. I gave her manage of my state, and thus began our fall. For being wrapped in secret studies, transported by mine art, to my state I grew a stranger, and a stranger to her heart. Thus awakened an evil nature in my sister, and my powers fueled her royal ambition, growing stronger by the hour. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, man, would cure deafness, truth be told.
Hear a little further, the present business will unfold. The king of Naples, mine enemy, thence did conspire with my sister to depose me, and now our state was dire. They set us aboard a boat, a rotten carcass with no sail. The very rats had quit it, and thus could not fail.
How came we then ashore?
By providence divine, a noble Neapolitan and faithful friend of mine, Gonzala, gave us food and garments, and knowing I loved my books, she furnished me with volumes from the deepest shelves and nooks of mine own library, books I prize above my state. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow, for it grows late. On this island we arrived. Here thy schoolmaster have I been.
Heavens thank you for it. Now I pray you to begin good to tell me, for still 'tis beating in my mind. Your reason for raising the sea storm that did seem so unkind.
No, thus far forth. By accident most strange, fortune hath brought mine enemies here within my range. My zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if I court not, my fortunes it will mar. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. I know thou canst not choose. Give way to slumber's deed. Approach, my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great mistress, hail. I come to answer thy desire. You know I will not fail. Be it to fly, to swim, or dive through fire. Ariel in all her quality will answer to thy desire.
Hast thou, spirit, performed the tempest that I bade?
To the letter. I boarded the king's ship, seeming a fire maid. Now in the waist, on the deck, I flamed amazement in every eye till the fools cried, "What the heck?" Sometimes I would divide and burn in many places. The topmast, the yards, you should have seen their faces.
My brave spirit.
All but the mariners ran in desperation, plunged into the foaming brine to quench their perspiration. The king's son Ferdinand, with hair all upstaring, was the first man to leap, his eyes wide and glaring. "Hell is empty," he cried, "and the devils all are here."
That's my tricksy spirit, but was the shore so near?
Close by, my mistress.
But are they, Ariel, all well?
Not a hair perished, not even our garments smell, but fresher than before. And as thou bid me, I dispersed them about the isle, while to their eyes I hid me. The king's son I left alone to cool the airs with his sigh, his arms in this sad knot. As for the other guys, the mariners under hatches, charmed, are all asleep. The rest are bound for Naples. Their lost king they do meet.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there is more work since aboard the ship you stormed.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee. What thou promised yet remains.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out? 'Tis not at hand, no more.
I prithee remember, I have worthy service done.
Dost thou forget the torment that I freed thee from?
No.
Thou dost. Thou liest, malignant thing. When I found thee in torment, with thy cries this isle did ring. For the foul witch Sycorax, sorceress from Algiers, did imprison thee within a tree for at least 12 years. Then she died and left thee there. Her groans did make wolves howl. Her only company, her hag-born son, Caliban, with shape most foul. Dull thing, I say so, that growling Caliban, whom now I keep in service, though he be not like man. When I arrived and heard thee, no thanks to that great lout, I made thy pine prison gate. 'Twas Prospera who let thee out.
I thank thee, gentle mistress. I'll follow thy command, and do my spiriting gently, be it at sea or here on land.
Do so, and after 2 days, I'll set thee free.
That's my noble mistress. What shall I do for thee?
Go, make thyself invisible, then hither come with speed. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well, indeed.
The strangeness of your story puts heaviness in my brow.
Shake it off. Come, let's visit Caliban now, who never yields kind answer.
'Tis a villain I love not to look on.
He does fetch us in our wood and make the fire for us to cook on. What ho, slave! Caliban!
There's one enough within.
Come forth, I say, thou tortoise, or I'll vex thee for thy sin. Fine apparition, Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lady, it shall be done, and quickly, have no fear.
As wicked dew is ere my mother brushed with raven's feather. From unwholesome fin drop on you both. May the southwest weather blow on ye and blister you all over.
For this, be sure, thou shalt have cramps tonight to make thee sore. Thou shalt be pinched, each pinch more stinging than the other.
This island is mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou didst take from me. Though at first you seemed my friend, gave me water with berries in it. Indeed, I loved thee then. and showed thee the qualities of the isle, both barren place and fertile. Cursed be I that did so, for now I am but thy turtle. May the charms of sycorax, the witch toads, beetles, and bats light on you and make you itch. For I am all the subjects that you have, and here you stymie.
Thou lying slave, I lodged you well, no care did I deny me, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh, would it had been done, for in this island wild-eyed and peopled else with Calibans.
O most abhorred slave, I pitied thee, taught thee to speak, coaxed thee from thy cave.
You taught me language. My profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plague wig you for learning me your language. You people all talk in verse.
Hag seed hence, fetch us in fuel, or with cramps I'll make thee roar.
I must obey. Her art has such power. Just thinking of it makes me sore.
Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Foot it featly here and there, and sweet sprites bear the burden. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry cock-a-diddle-doe, cock-a-diddle-doe.
Where should this music be? In the earth or in the air? It sounds no more. Sure it waits on some grotto this island fair. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck. This music crept by, soothing my passion for all hands lost on deck. Thence I have followed it. Or drawn me, rather. But lo, it begins again, to soothe the loss of my father.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies. Of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but does suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell. Ding dong, hark, now I hear them. Ding dong now.
Just remember my drowned father. This business is nothing mortal.
Advance thine eye, and say with us his yawn, through the fringed portal.
What is it? A spirit? Believe me, lady, it carries a form most brave. But 'tis a spirit.
No, it eats and sleeps and has senses as we have. This gallant was in the wreck, and though something stained with grief, thou mightest call him a goodly person.
He's human? That's a relief. I might call him a thing divine, for nothing so noble I've seen.
Goes as my soul proves it.
Mistress, she thinks he's keen.
I'll free thee, delicate spirit, within 2 days for this.
Whoa! Oh, sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend.
Oh joy, oh bliss.
My prime request. Oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
She speaks my language. Whew! I am the best that speaks to speech. Were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What if the King of Naples heard this token?
He does hear me, and I weep for it. For alas, I am he, who with mine eyes saw the king, my father, wrecked and lost at sea.
Alack for mercy.
A word, good sir. I fear you've done yourself wrong.
Why speaks my mother so ungently? He did but follow his song. This is the second man that e'er I saw, the first that made me sigh. Pity and kind my mother toward this temple.
What a guy.
If your affection has not gone forth, of Naples I'll make you queen.
They're in each other's powers. It's the worst case I've ever seen. This swift business, I must make uneasy, lest too light the winning make the prize too light. One word, sir, a word before beginning. Thou dost usurp the name of Naples, thou own'st it not. Hast put thyself here to spy, to win my island, make you rot.
No! For I am a man.
No ill spirit can have so fair a house.
Speak not for him, Miranda, he's a traitor. Come, you louse, unmackle thy neck and feet. Sea water shalt thou drink.
I will resist, till my enemy has more power.
You think?
Dear mother, make not too rash a trial for this good man. He is gentle, not fearful.
Silence!
Man, have pity if you can.
One word more shall make me chide thee. If not, hate thee, wench. Having seen but him and Caliban, you cannot smell his stench. To the most of men, this is a Caliban.
I have no ambition to see a goodlier man. My affections are then most humble.
Down from your pedestal he'll tumble. Put up thy sword, traitor, for I can here disarm thee and make thy weapon drop. With this stick, I charm thee. Thy nerves are in their infancy again.
So they are. My spirits are bound up.
Thou hast done well, fine Ariel, bringing me this pup.
The loss of my father, the wreck of my friends, are but light to me. I'd say, might I behold this maiden through my prison once a day?
Be of comfort. My mother's of a better nature than she appears by speech.
Come, Miranda, follow. Speak not for this leech. Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds if you exactly do all points of my command. To the syllable, I'm with you.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause. So have we all. Escape is much beyond our law. I bid you to a call. Although it's common to chase some sailors like how thou thinkest. But for the miracle of our preservation, you and millions even. Then
Prithee.
wisely. We are sorrows.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort by cold porridge, yet Gonzalo will not release him.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
Save means to live.
Of that, there's none or little. How lush and lusty the gas looks. How clean. And what's more there, our garments, drenched in the sea, look new-dyed, beyond compare. Methinks they are as fresh as when you first put them on. For the marriage of your daughter.
Peace. For that reason my son is gone. You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. I wish I'd never married my daughter in Tunis. For coming thence my son is drowned. O mine heir of Naples and Milan, what fish has made his meal on thee now that thou art gone?
Sir, he may live. I saw him meet Sturgis and swim towards land.
Prithee, do not joke. No, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss, not blessing Europe with your daughter. The sea you dared to cross, and so lost her to an African. She's banished from your eye, and your son is drowned. That fault's your own if you would ask me why.
My lady Sebastian. The truth you speak does like some a gentleman. You rub the soil when you should bring the plaster but to dress it.
Very well.
It is foul well in us, good sir, when you are clever. Had I plantation of this isle,
His subjects would get rowdy.
Prithee, thou talkest nothing to me.
I do believe your highness, and it is to me as these gentlemen both, who in their shyness have nimble ones, these who laugh at nothing, at all.
'Twas you we laughed at. Truly, you're the best game show this fall. Name
soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would close, and with themselves shut up my thoughts. I'm inclined to doze.
What strange drowsiness.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest.
Thank you, wondrous heaven.
What strange drowsiness possesses them?
It's the quality of the climate.
Why doth it not our eyelids sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. I could use a drink. Strange. They fell together, as struck by a thunderstroke. What might one do, Sebastiana, with the sleeping king and his folk? My strong imagination sees a crown upon thy head.
Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me? What if they were dead?
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. What if we were rid of these boars?
Prithee, say on.
Who's the next heir of Naples after this king?
Claribel, his daughter.
The Queen of Tunis? Dost thou hear thyself sing? She dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life. She can have no note of what has befallen her father and brother. The rough sea lies like a moat betwixt her and Naples.
'Tis true, twixt these regions there is some space.
A space that cries, Sebastiana, wake! You might have your brother's place. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. This sleep were for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
How like you your good fortune's commencement?
I do remember you did supplant your sister Prospera in Milan.
And look how well my garments sit upon me since she's been gone.
But for your conscience.
Tush, where lies that? If a tooth I'd have it pulled out. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon, the old trout. With this obedient steel, I can lay him to bed forever. Whilst you do the same to that ancient morsel, Madame Prudence, who thinks she's so clever. As for the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock to whatever we say. Believe me, I know their ilk.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou became duchess, I'll become queen.
Draw together. When I rear my hand, do you on Gonzala fall?
But one word.
My mistress foresees the danger to you all. For you, her friend, she sent me forth, and to keep the others living, for else her project dies. She had a sense of this misgiving. While you here do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake!
Then let us be sudden.
Good angels, present the king!
What's this?
I thought I heard someone sing.
Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly look in both your eyes?
We thought we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, didn't you guys? Like wolves or rather lions. Did you not wake in fear?
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas the din to fright a monster's ear. Sure, 'twas the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Gonzalo, heard you this?
Upon my honor, I heard a humming which waked me from my bliss. A strange one, too, and so I shaked them to kind of laugh. Upon opening mine eyes, I saw their weapons drawn, their faces foul. 'Tis best that we stand on our guard, or that we quit this place.
Lead off this ground. Let's make more search for a small trace of my poor son.
Heavens keep him from the beasts of frightened these women. For sure he's on the island.
Lead away unto the lion's den.
Prospera, my lady, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
From bogs, fens, flats, let Prospera sup upon. Her spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But they'll pinch me for it, and fright me worse. For every trifler they set upon me, she bids them cast their net upon me. Sometime like apes that mow and chatter, and bite me though I've done nothing to matter. Sometimes like hedgehogs, which lie in my barefoot way, and then like snakes, who hiss at all I say. Lo and lo, here comes another spirit to torment me for my slowness. Spirit, I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather that may find me, and another storm brewing. I hear the wind a-singing. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one the storm is bringing, to shed his liquor by pailfuls. It cannot choose but fall. What have we here? A man or a fish? I cannot tell at all. A fish. He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. In England, this monster would make a man. I've been there. I can tell. Any strange beast there makes a man. But is this fish alive or dead? Warm on my troth, with legs like a man and fin-like arms instead. Sure as an island that a thunderbolt hath struck. Alas, the storm has come, and no shelter in the smuck. My best way is to creep under his garb knee beside him. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I must abide him.
The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate. It's very scurvy tune singing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, Mary, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor pitch, yet a tailor may scratch her where'er she did itch. Then to sea, boys, and let her go hang. This is a very scurvy tune, too. Here's my comfort.
Do not torment me, oh!
What's this? Have we devils here? Oh-ho! I'd not escape drowning to be appeared now of your 4 legs. And so it shall be while Stefano breathes, though you smell like rotten eggs.
The spirit torments me, oh!
This is some monster of the isle, who hath I take it an ague, and hath lain here all the while.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now. My bottle shall recover him. Come. Open your mouth. My wine will stop your shaking. Come on your ways. Open your chops and stop quaking.
I know that voice.
4 legs and 2 voices?
It should be, but he is drowned.
Huh? A delicate monster. Come, it's lucky I found you. I'll force him in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? This is a devil and no monster, I fear. Some ill fate will befall me.
Stefano, I am Trinculo. I pray you, be not afeard. I am my good friend Trinculo. Touch me.
Dude, this is weird. Hold me from thy lesser legs, for may be Trinculos, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed.
I told you so.
Wait, hey. How camest thou to be the poop of this mooncow? Canst thee cook Trinculos at will?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. And art thou, Stefano, still? Art thou not drowned? I hope not. And as the storm were blown, I hid me under the mooncalf's cloak for fear of the storm that's now flown. And art thou living still? We too have escaped the ocean.
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach likes not this motion.
These be fine things if they be not sprite. And one bears celestial liquor. I'll kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle, which I made from the bark of a tree with my own hands.
I'll swear upon that bottle, for that liquor is not of these lands.
I swam ashore, I'll be sworn, for I can swim like a duck. But hast thou any more of this?
The whole cask.
Ye gods, what luck!
I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved over the side. My cellar is in a rock just above high tide. How does that aggie go?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon.
Holy cow!
I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon in the days of yore.
I have seen thee, and thy dog. Indeed, I do adore thee.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I'll furnish new contents enough.
A very shallow monster, a most ridiculous monster. Well drawn.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the isle. I pray thee, be my God. I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Down and swear, thou cod.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed, scurvy knave.
I shall show thee the best springs of the isle. I'll pluck berries that you crave. I'll fish and get thee wood. A plague upon that tyrant I serve. I'll bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, who well deserve, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster.
Wilt thou go with me?
Prithee, lead on. Come, Tranquillo, you'll see. The king and his company being drowned will inherit here. Bear the bottle, Mooncalf. Lead on. We've nothing to fear.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell. No more dams I'll make for fish, nor scrape trenching, nor wash dish. Ban, Caliban has a new master, so get a new man.
Oh, brave monster, lead on.
There be some sports are painful, their labors set off by their delight. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone. Poorest day points to richest night. This, my mean task, would be heavy, but the mistress which I serve makes my labors pleasures. For her I am unswerving. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her mother. This is grumpy. She is composed of harshness. The road to true love is bumpy. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. Tonight I'll have no supper. My mistress weeps when she sees me work and says such base endeavor never had like executor. That's me. My word, she's clever. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my tedious labors once more.
Alas, work not so hard, just watching you makes me sore. I would the lightning have burnt up these logs you're made to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. My mother's at study all this while. She's safe for these 3 hours. Pray rest, and I'll sit too.
Most dear mistress, the sun will set before I discharge what I must do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that.
I'd rather crack my sinews than dishonor you while I sat.
It would become me as well as you, but I should do it with more ease. For my goodwill is to it, and yours against it. Please?
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, 'tis fresh morning when you are by. Heaven knows it. I do beseech you. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I've broken your hest to say so. I knew I would. Oh, bother.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the very top of admiration. Full many a lady I have eyed from many a worthy nation, and many a time their tongues have bound to my too diligent ear. But you, so perfect, so peerless, oh, you have nothing to fear. You are created of every creature's best, a flame to their ember.
Do you love me?
Oh heaven, oh earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with worth. Beyond all else in the world, I love and praise you on my honor.
I am your wife if you will marry me. My husband, then?
As willing as bondage is of freedom. Here's my hand. Say when.
And here is mine with my heart in it. Now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000 farewells. Now let's go build that fence.
So glad of this, I cannot be as they who are surprised, but my rejoicing cannot be more, even if it is as I surmised. On to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining to the aftermath of this storm.
When the butt is out, we'll drink water, and not a drop before. Drink to me, servant monster.
Master, I do adore thee.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. But five people inhabit here. If the others be brains such as us, the state has much to fear.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy foot. I'll not serve him. He is not valiant.
Ignorant monster, ha! I'm in fighting trim. Was there ever man such a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I? Thou debauched fish, half monster. Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie?
Lo, how he mocks me. Bite him, my lord.
Ignorant monster, Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a puppy dog.
Lo, again, wilt thou bite him for me?
Dracula, keep a good tongue in thy head. If you prove a mutineer, you'll hang from a tree. The monster's my servant, and though he be something queer, he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Will it please you to hearken again to my suit?
Repeat it, word for word.
As I told thee, I am subject to a sorceress most vile, that by her cunning has cheated me of this, my precious isle.
Thou liest.
Thou liest! Thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee here and now!
Why, I said nothing!
Dracula, if you trouble him more in his tale, by this hand I'll supplant some of your teeth. You're beyond the pale.
Why, I said nothing!
Bum, no more. Okay, proceed.
I say by sorcery she got this isle. From me she got it indeed. If thou wilt revenge it, thou shalt be lord of this place.
How shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to see her face?
I'll yield her to thee asleep, then mayest thou knock a nail in her head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
Scurvy patch, I'll knock thee instead.
Dracula, run to no further danger. Interrupt one more word, and I'll turn thee out of my isle.
Why, I said nothing! This is absurd! I'll go farther off!
Didst thou not say he liest?
Thou liest.
Oh, do I so? I'll take that.
I gave you no lie. Your wits have started to go. A pox on your bottle. This Stefano can sack and drink you do. A pestilence on your monster, and the devil himself take you.
Woundcap, proceed.
master. Give him blows. Take his bottle away. I'll not show him where fresh waters play. She'll drink but brine.
Stand farther. Proceed.
I say, 'tis her custom to sleep in the afternoon. Then mayest thou bring her, or haunch her with a stake. After seizing her books. Seize her books, for without them she's a fake. You will see that if you burn but her books, she hath not one spirit to command, for they do all hate her as I do. And this, master, much more remember, her daughter's beauty is rare. She herself says that she has no equal.
Is it so, Raven lass?
Oh, she'll become thy bed, and bring forth brave sequel.
Monster, I will kill this woman. Her daughter shall become my queen, myself and Trinculo viceroys. Like you, this Trinculo?
Keen.
Give me that hand. I'm sorry, I keep a good tongue in thy head.
By this hour she'll be asleep, and then mayest thou bring her.
This will I tell my mistress.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Might we sing the tune you taught us?
Monster, at your leisure. Loud and glad them and scout them and glad them. Thought is free.
That's not the tune.
What's this?
The tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself. If thou beest a devil, go, buddy.
Forgive me my sins.
Mercy on us.
Master, art thou afeared?
Not I, it's just invisible music.
It happens all the time.
That's weird.
Things such as this happen all the time. Sometimes when I wake, I hear voices, that when I wake, I cry to dream again. Same as whenever I dream of riches ready to drop upon me, that when I wake, I again dream. I again cry to dream again.
This shall be a brave kingdom for me, where I shall have music for free.
When Prospera is destroyed, of course.
By and by, leave that to me.
The sound is going away. Let's follow. And after do our work.
Lead, monster. We'll follow, and after find this Prospera jerk.
Alas, sir, I can go no further. Here's a maid to present the test. Through foresight and years, by your patience, I must bear.
Old lady, I cannot blame thee, who am myself weary withal. I'll put off my hope. He's drowned whom we straight call. Well, let him go. The sea those mocks our frustrate search on land.
I'm glad he's so out of hope. I'm weary of treading this sand. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolved. The next advantage we'll take thoroughly. Then our problem is solved. Let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with their travail. They'll not be vigilant as when they are fresh. This time, our plan won't fail.
What music is this?
I'm
Good
listening.
friends, hark.
I'm listening music in the air.
Give us timekeepers, heavens. What spirits are these over there?
thou hast said well, for some of you are devils.
They vanished, stranger.
No matter, since our food stayed after their revels. Will't please you taste it?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. Voyages bring us good one to such strange creatures as are here.
I will feed, though it may be my last. Do you? For I feel the best is past.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny doth not forgive. It incensed the seas against you, being most unfit to live. Good. You fools! I and my fellows are invulnerable ministers of fate. Your swords are too heavy for your arms. You cannot lift their weight. Good Prospera from Milan was supplanted here by you three, and with her innocent child exposed unto the sea. The powers delaying, not forgetting your most foul deed, have incensed the seas against you and brought you here with speed. Alonso, king of Naples, they bereft thee of thy son, and here pronounce your lingering perdition for all that you have done. Nothing but pure heart sorrow and a clear life from here on out shall protect you from the wrath of this most desolate isle, you lout!
My high charms work, and these, mine enemies, are in my power. They're knit up in their distractions, thus I leave them for this hour.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange shade?
Oh, monstrous, monstrous. Did you not hear this winged shape most rare? The winds and thunders sang the name of Prospera and my sin. Therefore my son is in oozes bedded. My fault, oh, where to begin? I'll seek him deeper than plummet sounded, and with him there mudded lie.
One fiend at a time, I'll fight their legions.
And I'll be thy second, or die.
All three of them are desperate. Their guilt like poison from long ago. Now begins to bite their spirits. I get back to them, I'll go.
If I've too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I give you here a third of my life, that which my heartstring bends. All thy vexations have been but trials, and thou hast stood the test. Do not smile that I boast of her, for she will outstrip the best praise I might give.
I believe it against an oracle.
Then take my daughter as my gift, but act wisely, sir, or be sure I'll give thee short shrift. If thou dost break her virgin knot before the time be out, the union of your bed I'll bestrew with weeds, Ferdinand.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue and long life, mine honor shall not fail before I take Miranda to wife.
Sit then and talk, for she is thine, my son. Ariel, my industrious servant, thy work is almost done.
What would my potent mistress? Here I am at thy command.
Thou and thy fellows did worthily perform. Another trick is at hand. Incite them to quick motion, for upon this couple I must bestow some vanity of mine art. It's my promise. They expect a show.
Before you can say, come and go, and breathe twice and cry, so, so, each one tripping on his toe will be here, with mop and mow. Do you love me, mistress? No?
Dearly delicate Ariel. Be true. Give not dalliance the rein.
The virgin snow upon my heart cools my passion. No pain, no gain.
Come, my Ariel, come. Appear and pertly this show. No tongue, all eyes, be silent.
Hip spirits, away we go.
thy turfy mountains. Come sport, her peacocks fly.
Hail, many-colored messenger, who with saffron wings dews the flowers. Why hast thy queen summoned me to these green and short grass bowers?
For a contract of true love betwixt these blessed lovers. Without vows there is no right for them to dally under covers.
Highest queen, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister? Let us bless this man and his name.
Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, long continuance, and increasing.
Hourly joys bestowed upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you.
Scarcity and want shall shun you, serious blessings, so is on you.
This is a majestic vision, harmonious and full of charm. Might I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, which with no harm, by mine art I have called to enact my fancies.
Let me live here ever. So rare a mother and a wife makes this a paradise I'd leave never.
I have forgot the conspiracy of Caliban and his mates. Well done, avoid no more. Ariel, more work awaits.
Your mother's in some passion that works strangely on her mind.
Never till this day saw I her angry or unkind.
Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended, and these, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a wreck behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. My old brain is troubled. Think me not unkind. Retire to my cell and propose. I'll walk to still my mind.
We wish you peace.
I thank thee. Come, my Ariel, hence!
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Caliban's recompense. Where didst thou leave these varlets?
In the filthy pool beyond your mire, up to their chins in the dirt. You'll know them by their smell.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain. Bring Caliban here, that these thieves may follow. I go, I remain. Devil-born that Caliban, upon whom all my pains are lost. I'll plague them all unto roaring, but Caliban the most.
Pray you tread softly, that the mole may not hear. We are now very near her cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is harmless, has played the knave with us well.
Monster, I do smell horse piss. My nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear me, monster? I like not this ode to stagnation.
Good, my lord. Give thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring shall hoodwink this mischance.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There's disgrace and infinite loss. I'll fetch off my bottle, though, to my teeth in the scum.
Pray thee, my king, be quiet. This is the mouth of the cell. Do that good mischance to make this a place of heaven, not a hell.
O King Stephano, O worthy Stephano, Stephano, lord and peer, look what a wardrobe I found for thee, hanging on this tree right here.
Let it alone, thou fool. It is but trash. Say, my lord.
Put off that gown, Trickulo.
But I like it. Besides, I'm bored.
I'll have it myself.
What do you mean to dote on such luggage thus? Let it alone and do the murder. If she awake, there'll be an awful a fuss. From toe to crown, she'll pinch us and fill our skins with an awful strange stuff.
Quiet, monster. Is this not my color?
Oh yes, I love the fluff.
Here's another gown for the Trickulo. Monster, try on these capes.
I will have none. We shall lose our time and be turned into barnacles or apes.
Monster, bury this off, or I'll turn thee out of my aisle. Go on, hurry this.
And this.
And this. Don't you just love my style?
Go, charge thy goblins to grind their bones with aged cramps till we hear their moans. More pinch-spotted make them than mountain leopard.
Hark how they roar. I'll be their shepherd.
Mine enemies lie at my mercy now. Shortly my labor shall end, and thou shalt have the air of freedom and be stronger. Follow and do me service a little longer. Now doth my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, mine enemies are fled, and time goes upright in his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, my lady. At which time you did say our work should cease.
Did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Now, I must know, how fares the king and his followers? Speak.
Confined together, all prisoners meek. They cannot budge till your release. The good Lady Gonzalez here's will not cease. Their situation's so dire, ma'am, your affections would stir, would you see them.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, were I human.
And so mine shall. Their afflictions do illumine my kindlier nature. My nobler reason takes part against my fury. Go, release them with thy art. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves once more. Ye elves of hills, brooks, and standing lakes, you that by moonshine do midnight mushrooms make, who chase ebbing Neptune and fly when he comes back, you that on sand no footprint make, I be dimmed the noontide sun, cause me in his winds to rage, betwixt green sea and azured vault, set roaring war on this stage. But this rough magic I here abjure, this heavenly music which this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it so deep no man can look, and deeper than plummet's sound, I'll drown my book. There stand, stopped by this spell, oh good Gonzala, whom I knew so well. My true preserver, I'll pay thy graces in word and deed, as I paid their disgraces. Alonzo, most cruelly didst thou perform. For thee and thy sister did I raise this storm. Sebastiana, thou art pinched for thy greed. And you, sister mine, whose most foul deed would have killed thy king, I do forgive you all. Ariel, fetch the hat and rapier from myself. Will myself present as I was some time in Milan. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt be free ere long.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I, and a cowslip will I lie. Merrily, merrily, merrily will I live now, in the blossom that hangs under the bough.
Go to the king's ship, invisible as thou art. There find the mariners asleep, and thy part is to fetch the master and boatswain. Here direct their feet. Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duchess of Milan. Prospero, and for assurance of these goings-on, I embrace thy body, bid thee welcome on this spot.
If thou be a she or some enchantment, I know not. I feel my mind amend. I fear a madness held me, which now is at an end. Thy dukedom I resign. Pray, pardon me my wrong. But how is Prospera here?
I'll answer that ere long. First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age. It's honor cannot be measured or confined upon this stage.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not sway.
You do yet taste of the island air. Welcome, friends all. But you, my race of ladies, I could justify you traitors. At this time, I'll say no words.
The devil speaks in her.
No. For you, wicked sister, I do forgive your faults one after another, and require my dukedom, which thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospera, pray tell us more. How hast thou met us on this desert reservation, where I've lost my poor son, Ferdinand?
I am woe for it, sir.
The harm is done. Patience says it's past her cure.
I think you've not sought her help for it, sir. For the like loss, I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content. The debt is paid.
You, the like loss?
As great to me as thine, for I've lost myself a daughter, the only child of mine.
Oh heavens, that they were both in Naples, living. They might be thriving as king and queen. When did you lose your daughter, ma'am?
In this last tempest, but these ladies bestir. They can scarce believe their eyes tell truth. Know for certain I'm the Duchess Prospera, forsooth, who was thrust from Milan most strangely on this shore, landed to be lady on it. I would tell you more, but 'tis not a tale for this first meeting. Since you've given me my dukedom again with your greeting, I'll requite you with as good a thing I trow, a wonder to content you, even here and now.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my love, I would not.
For a score of kingdoms you should, but now you're caught.
If this prove a vision, once dear son shall I lose twice.
I have cursed the seas without cause. They are merciful.
Let a glad father hold you near.
That's nice.
Oh wonder how many goodly creatures are here. How beauteous mankind is. A new life, let's begin it. Oh brave new world that has such people in it.
Who is this maid with who you were at play with?
Sir, she is mortal, but by providence divine. I chose her when I couldn't ask my father. She is mine. She is daughter to this famous Duchess of Milan, whom so often I have heard renowned. This lady makes her a mother to me.
Then I am her father.
And let these blessed things be. Look down, you gods. On this couple, drop a crown.
Amen, Gonzalo. Our old sorrows we drown.
Oh, look, Phil, look. Give him over the hand. What's the news? Hast thou no mouth by land?
The best news is that we have safely found our king. Next, our ship, which we thought never to bring to shore, is bravely rigged as tight in yard as when we put to sea.
She'll carry us far. Lady, all this I've done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
This news is heaven sent. How came you hither?
Sir, if I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. Make no mistake. We were dead of sleep, all packed under hatches, when with roaring and howling and jiggling of latches, we were wake and put at liberty straight away in a transport hither, though we knew not our way.
As strange a maze as e'er men trod. Some oracle must rectify a tale this on.
Sir, do not infest your mind with pursuit of this strangeness professed by your trusty recruit. At leisure, I'll resolve you on all that you dwell. Till when? Be cheerful. Think of each thing well. Ariel, go and set Caliban and his companions free. There are yet some missing of your company, some few odd lads you remember not. I think they come this way.
Ow, that's hot.
Every man's fend for the others, not himself. Holy monster, be not afraid of this elf.
If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight. I thought that they were
be brave spirits, but I fear that my master might chastise me now that we're here.
What things are these? Will money buy, you think? One's a plain fish, comes straight from the drink, and no doubt marketable. And Naples will sell him, provided we let no one near enough to smell him.
Is not this Stefano, drunken butler of mine?
He's drunk even now. Where had he wine?
And Trinculo is reeling ripe. How camest thou to be a pickled tripe?
I've been such a pickle since you saw me last. I'll be well preserved when my time is past.
This is a strange thing, whate'er he be.
His manners are as disproportioned as he. Go to my cell, take your companions, trim it handsomely, you and your minions.
Aye, that I will, and seek grace. No more of their foolish laughter. What an ass was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship these two false peas in a pod.
Go to away! I invite you and your train to my poor cell, where you shall remain at rest for this night. Then, in the morn, you'll return to Naples, where your son was born, where I hope to see the nuptial of my child, and retire to Milan from this island wild.
I long to hear the story of your life, good lady.
I'll deliver all, and seas that will not stir, gales auspicious, and sails so neat, that will catch your far-off royal fleet. Ariel, that's thy final charge, as you can tell. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true I must be here confined, by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell, but release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. As you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.